Now, if you think prog rock peaked in the 70s, then you must think again. I've got 10 modern prog bands that are flipping time signatures, melting faces and rewriting the genre rulebook right now. You're about to hear sounds that feel otherworldly and somehow nobody's talking about them yet. Number 1 is Haken. Now, hailing from the UK, Haken are arguably the modern standard bearers for progressive metal. Their album Affinity showcases their uncanny ability to blend vintage 80s synth textures with ultra-modern rhythmic complexity. Their music feels like a love letter to both Yes and Dream Theater, but with sharper digital edges. The track The Architect, clocking in at over 15 minutes, is a masterclass in structure, shifting moods, and explosive instrumental technique.
Before me, caught a glimpse of the ending to our story.
Now, what Haken bring to the table in 2025 is precision, power, and unpredictability, all in one disciplined cinematic package.
The architect of everything.
Number 2, Leprous. Now, Leprous are from Norway, and they are redefining prog with vulnerability. Kerrang described them as creating their own lane in progressive music, emotional, experimental, and essential. Gone are those over-the-top solos and bombast. Instead, they are delivering sparse, artful arrangements full of tension, emotion, and space. The 2019 album Pitfalls marks a high point in their catalogue, marrying complex songwriting with pop sensibilities and real emotional gravitas. Whilst the track Below is a slow burn, a haunting entry point that builds with chilling beauty. For listeners who love Peter Gabriel or Radiohead, alongside their prog, Leprous really are essential. Band number 3 is Caligula's Horse. Now, hailing from Brisbane in Australia, Caligula's Horse really infused their brand of prog metal with striking melodic clarity. Now, in 2017, they released their album In Contact, which is both technically sophisticated and emotionally direct. It's a difficult line to walk, in fairness. Graves is the centerpiece. It's a sprawling 15-minute journey through shifting time signatures, poetic lyrics, and this leads to really an unforgettable climax. They've channeled the introspection of Stephen Wilson with the punch of Tesseract, and in 2025 they remain criminally underappreciated. For example, The Guardian said of them that few modern prog bands can match Caligula Horses for both heart and heft. Band number 4 is Riverside. Now, these really are a favourite of mine, and Riverside hail from Poland and offer a really darker, moodier branch to their modern prog. Now, the 2018 record Wasteland, written in the aftermath of their guitarist's untimely passing, really feels like an emotional outpouring. It's minimalist in places, it's cinematic in others. For example, the track Lament captures their essence. Atmospheric, melancholic, but with an undercurrent of hope. Now, if you're a fan of Porcupine Tree or Anathema, you will find much to admire here. Classic Rock magazine said of them, they were a band that captures pain, loss, and rebirth with prog's expressive depth. I like that one. Band number 5, Carnival. Now, these have only released a few albums, but what they have given us is nothing really short of iconic and progressive alternative metal. Sound Awake is a landmark one, which Louder Sound described as a milestone in progressive alternative rock. Singling out the track New Day, this features polyrhythmic drum work.
How did they find me?
Soaring vocals from Ian Kenny, and a build that really feels both mathematically precise and really emotionally unfiltered. Think of Tool with a touch of Muse, and you get in pretty close. But it has been over a decade since their last release, but Carnivool's influence still radiates across the modern prog scene. Band 6 is Animals as Leaders. Strange name, no vocals, no problem. Animals as Leaders, led by the virtuosi Tosin Abasi, redefine what the guitar can do in the modern context. The Joy of Motion from back in 2014, 11 years ago now, is a groove-heavy, rhythmically daring instrumental masterpiece, with the track Cascade showing off their jazz-influenced style and mind-bending syncopation. It's like listening to Meshuggah and Chick Corea at the same time, but yet it works. Now, this band is ideal for those fans who love music as an intellectual puzzle and really a sonic thrill ride. Band number 7 is Pliny, another Australian innovator. Pliny blends post-rock, fusion and metal into serene yet technical compositions. His tone is smooth as butter, with NPR describing him as making music that feels both virtuosic and meditative. His 2020 album Impulse Voices is a showcase in dynamic contrast. Papalilo feels more like a film score than a traditional rock track, with every note deliberately placed. He's part of the modern bedroom virtuoso movement, but his compositions hold their own against the greats. This is music for the headphone moments and focused listening. Number 8, Devin Townsend. There's a name to conjure with. Now, he might be the most unpredictable figure in modern prog. From death metal to ambient opera, he's literally done it all. And with Empath, this is his magnum opus. Metal Hammer said of this album, Empath is the culmination of Townsend's wildest ambitions, and they work. The track Genesis is both chaotic but beautiful, blending choirs, blast beats and dolphins, yes, really, into a singular experience.
If you say it in your mind, you're better off dead.
Now, what makes Townsend unique is that he doesn't just push boundaries, he obliterates them. He's the Frank Zappa of metal, and Empath might be the most important prog album of the last 10 years. Just might be.
Let there be light, let there be moon, let there be stars, and let there be...
Band number 9 is Opeth. Originating from Sweden, Opeth made their name in death metal, but have since evolved into a 70s-infused prog rock machine. Pale Communication is the sweet spot in that transition. It's an album of lush organs, complex harmonies and haunting melodies. The track Cusp of Eternity really recalls the likes of Camel and King Crimson. Yet with a modern production and doom-laden weight. Opeth's art, from brutality to beauty, is really unlike any other in the genre, and it's solidified their place among the greats. Band number 10, Tool. Now, let's not kid ourselves here at all. Tool are no longer an emerging force. They are the monolith in modern progressive music. But in 2025, they still hold relevance, especially with Fear Inoculum. The track Pneuma is everything Tool does best. Hypnotic grooves, philosophical lyrics and drumming that borders on spiritual practice. It's not background music, it's a ritual. And while they take years between albums, each release rewires the genre's possibilities. Pitchfork said of them, Tool creates music that lives at the edge of ritual and rebellion. One of the most astute quotes around, I think you'll find. So are these the best prog bands of 2025? Now that depends a lot on how you define best. If it means innovation, mastery and emotional resonance, then yes, these acts aren't just worthy successors to the likes of Yes, Genesis and Rush. They're taking the form into entirely new galaxies. Now the 70s gave us the blueprint. These bands are drawing on it and bending it, even breaking it, and in that process, keeping progressive music not only alive, but thriving. Now let me know in the comments, which band surprised you most from that list? Which album will you be spinning next? And which modern prog band do you think deserves a spot on this list? If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like, and further details for purchasing, a ready-made playlist and channel donation options can be found in the description. Now going back to Riverside, I shot a full album analysis of one of their albums, and that's the video I want you to watch next. And I'll see you over there.